Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Trigonometry, exercise 18i. Your main objectives are to find missing angle using any of the three ratios, to find missing side using any of the three ratios. I will not explain you in detail because already I have explained all these three ideas in my previous videos. So directly I will explain you the formulas. So here are the three formulas. If you remember, I told you three words. For example, if it's toa, or if it's so, or it's ka, then we can make use of these formulas. Like if you want to find the missing angle, you have the opposite and the adjacent, then you will use the formula tangent inverse opposite over adjacent. And if you will be having opposite and the hypotenuse in the triangle, then you will make use of this formula, that angle that will be according to which you have the opposite and the hypotenuse, you will use sine inverse opposite over hypotenuse. To find the missing angle when you have the adjacent and the hypotenuse, then you will make use of this formula, cos inverse adjacent over hypotenuse. Then if you are trying to find, let's say, a missing side that is opposite, and you have already you have the adjacent and you are trying to find the opposite, then you can make use of this triangle to make the formula. For example, you already have the opposite, you are trying to find the opposite, then what can you do? You can multiply adjacent with the tangent angle, right? And if you will be having, let's say, opposite, and you are trying to find adjacent, then you can see these are making a fraction, like it's opposite over tangent, right? So you can say it will become opposite divided by tangent angle, as I have written it over here. Same is the case for so and ka. Like if you will be finding opposite, so cover this word opposite and multiply hypotenuse with the sine angle. And if you will be finding, let's say, the hypotenuse, then you will cover this hypotenuse and you will divide opposite by the sine angle. The formulas are written here. Same is the case with this one. But just keep one thing in your mind, that when you will be making this triangle for you, you have to start it from this right corner. So you will, for example, if you are dealing with so, means the sine ratio, so you will write S over here, O here, and H here. Right, then it will be very easy for you to use. Let's solve one example and then we will solve the questions. Here is an example. It says find the marked angles in the given triangle. So this is the marked angle. So they want us to find actually how much is the value of angle Z. I can see that two of the sides are given in the question. That means I have to name these sides according to this angle. So according to this angle, this side is opposite to it and this side is beside it. So that's why this one will be adjacent and this one will be opposite. Now A and O. So you know that if I write the words so, ka, toa. So where do I have this O and A? I have it here in toa. That means, how can I find the angle? I can find angle Z by using the tangent inverse. So I can say angle Z equals tangent inverse opposite over adjacent. This is how we write the formula from here, right? Tangent, we are finding tangent inverse opposite over adjacent. So then put the values into it, write tangent inverse. What is the value of the opposite? It's 10. And what is the opposite of the value of the adjacent? It's 8. Let's put these in the calculator. So here is the answer for this example. Tangent inverse 10 over 8. So it is giving us 51.3. because we have to give the answer correct to three significant figures. So I will stop here. So my answer will be 51.3. So let's write it over here. So it's 51.3 degrees. Now let's solve questions from the exercise. Here in this worksheet, the one that I have given you to solve at home, all the formulas are also written here, right? So you can make use of these formulas. Let's start the question. In question number 1, they are saying find the marked angle. So which one is the marked angle? This one is the marked angle, this one, right? Now according to this marked angle, I have to name these two sides. So this one is opposite to it. So this one I can write O over here, and this is the longest side, and it is also opposite to the right angle. That's why it is hypotenuse, that is H. So I have to think that which ratio has O and H. So if you know that we have so, and we have ka, and then we have toa, right? So O and H are in this ratio. That means I have to make use of this word because I'm trying to find an angle. So I will say the angle A equals sine inverse, right? For finding the angle, always we have to use the inverse ratio. So it will be opposite over hypotenuse. So how much is the opposite? It's 9. And how much is the hypotenuse? It's 14, right? Remember, always we write the opposite in the numerator and we write the hypotenuse in the denominator. Let's put these values in the calculator and see what is the answer. Here is the answer. The answer is 40.0. So we can say angle A equals 40.0 degrees, right? Now better pause the video here and solve question number 2 on your own, and then play the video to check your answer. Here is the answer for this question. This one, the marked angle is here, so that's why this side is beside it, it's adjacent. This is the longest side, it's hypotenuse. Now A and H is here in this one, it's in ka, right? So I will make use of cos inverse. Cos inverse adjacent over hypotenuse, so it will become 11 over 15. When you would put it in the calculator, it will give you 42.8 degrees, right? We have to keep it to correct to 3 significant figures, so it will be 42.8 degrees. Okay, let's solve some more questions. Here is question number 3. Again, better pause the video here. This is the angle they want you to find, so you can put a question mark here and decide what is the name of this side, what is the name of this side. Make use of any of the ratios and find this missing angle. Here is the answer for this question. This side is opposite and this side is adjacent, so it's in the ratio tangent, so you can write the word for you, toa, and tangent inverse opposite 6 over adjacent, that is 7.2. Write it in the calculator and it will give you the answer 39.8 degrees. Let's solve the next question. Here they are saying use the information given in the diagram to find the required length correct to 3 significant figures, right? So first of all, mark the angle. This is the angle that is already given, and according to this angle we have to name the sides. But please try not to name all the 3 sides. Always try to name only 2 sides. When we were finding the angles, we named only 2 sides that you already know, this one and this one. Now because in this case the angle is already given, only one of the side will be missing and one side will be known. That means this is the known side, and they said find BC. Where is BC? They want you to find this side BC, right? So what can you do? You can put a question mark for you over here. It means that you have to name only these 2 sides now, the one that is having the question mark and the one that is having a number. Clear? So this, the question mark, because it is opposite, you can say it to this acute angle. So I can say this one is the opposite and this is the longest side, or you can say it's opposite to the right angle. So its name will be hypotenuse. Now O and H. We have so, ka and toa. So O and H are in the word so. How I will make it now? I will make the triangle for me first of all. So the things will become, I will start writing it from here, S, O, H. Now what do I want to find? I want to find O. So I will cover this O and see what is left. H and S are left. Now how I will use this H and S? It means it is actually H times sine angle, because they are beside each other. That means it's multiplication, right? So hypotenuse times sine angle. So if you want to find the opposite, it will be, what is the value of the hypotenuse now? It's 10 times sine, and how much is the angle? It's 42 degrees, right? Same thing, you will write it on the calculator, 10 times sine 42. So let's write it over here, 10 times sine 42, right? Okay, and better close the bracket and then get the answer. So what is the answer? It will be 6.69 only, because we want it correct to 3 significant figures. So the answer will be 6.69 centimeters. Clear? Let's solve the next question. Question number 5. Now better first name the sides. I will not name them. Just I want to tell you what you have to do. You will mark this angle, right? Put a question mark. MN we don't know, so put a question mark here. Now you have to name these two sides, the one that is having the question mark and the one that has a number. Now better pause the video here, complete the question on your own, and then play the video to check your answer. Here is the answer for this number 5. Its opposite equals 4.48 centimeters. Clearly you can see, according to this marked angle where I have the question mark, this side is actually the opposite, and where we have already the measurement given, it's the adjacent, right? So O and A, TOA is the word that will help me. I will make the triangle TOA, and if I cover this O, I can see only A and T is left. That means adjacent times tangent. Clear? So then put the values into it, and here how you will write it on the calculator, and we are getting the answer 4.48 centimeters, right? Here is the next question, question number 6. Again do the same thing. Mark the angle first of all. Put the question mark where the side AB is, so you will put the question mark here. Name the two sides, this one and the one that is with the question mark, right? Now complete the question on your own and then play the video to check your answer. Here is the answer for number 6. According to this marked angle, and the side that is having the question mark, it's the opposite, and this is the longest side, it's hypotenuse, so the ratio is sine ratio. So put it in the triangle SOH, cover this O because we are finding the opposite, so it will be hypotenuse times sine angle. So write it over here. Hypotenuse is 4.5, angle is sine 51. Put it like this on the calculator and you will get the answer 3.497. Let me write it for you. It's 3.497 because we are rounding it to 3 significant figures. So this is the first, second, third significant figure. This side is my answer. But this 7 says, because it's more, it says 5 or more, add 1 more if you remember. So we have to add 1 more here. So this 49 will become 50. That's why the answer will be 3.50 centimeters. The worksheet that I put in the folder, it's done, but I have an extra question here. Let me explain it to you. This question is not in your worksheet, but I want you to solve it with me. Like, first of all, we have to draw a right triangle because we are dealing with a right triangle. So this is how we always draw the right triangle. Like, let's keep it like this. Okay, now what can we do? We have to name the 3 vertices, right? So the one that is having the right angle, it's here, and what is its name? This vertex is R. Then we have to go to this point. What it will be? It will be angle P. So I can name it as P, and this is 31.2 degrees, right? So obviously the third corner will be, we have PR, so it will be Q. Now we have to write the measurements. So P to Q is 117 centimeters. So this is PQ. It is 117 centimeters. They want us to find QR. That means I have to put a question mark with this side. It's QR, it's here, so let's put a question mark here. So again, you have to name this side and you have to name this side according to this angle, right? So this one will be opposite, this one will be hypotenuse. So what will be the ratio? It will be so. And because we are finding the opposite, so you, from the last example, if you remember, it is only opposite equals hypotenuse times hypotenuse. It is 117, and then you have to multiply it with the sine angle, that is 31.2 degrees. Clear? Let's get the answer. Let's put it over here. So it's 117 times sine 31.2, like this, right? And get the answer now. So the answer will be 60.6, and this we have to stop here. The next digit is 0. No need to write 0, so it will be 60.6. Let's write the answer over here. So it's 60.6 centimeters. That's all for this exercise. Hope you understand it.